Yeah, wow, that's amazing to see. Well, here in the 135s, we mentioned we got 42 Caterhams out there, and when we see the 150s later on, 34 in that as well. So what is that? 75 Caterhams out this weekend. That is ridiculous. We're about to enjoy some Caterham racing action. Then drivers all about lined up on the grid. The guys at the back aren't even going to be able to see the lights at all, are they? It's going to be watching when the drivers ahead decide to go.
Well, they'll get the sign in a few moments' time as the 5-second board prepares to go up then. So for the first time in quite a while, on a permanent basis, we're going Caterham racing here with the VRSEC. This is the JMRG Caterham Graduates Racing Club, the Sigma 135 class, 42 Sigma 135 spec Caterhams, all set to rumble around the Snetterton 300 circuit. But long straights here are certainly going to mean that pack racing and slipstreaming will be bumper, well, not quite bumper to bumper, nose to tail all the way through from start to finish across these 20 minutes. It might well feel like 20 minutes that either that just flows by or takes a long time. The longer the better, I think, gives us a better show. So, front row of the grid, defending champion Jamie Winrow alongside Jamie Elwood on the front row of the grid, Hapgood and Emery on the row 2. Let's see who comes out on top in the first race of the season for the Caterham Graduates Racing Club. Green flag, and we are underway in racing. It's a cracking start for Jamie Elwood from the outside of the front row of the grid. He gets the better jump on Winrow down towards turn 1. He sluts across and takes the lead towards Ritchie's for the first time. And look at the pack, 42 Caterham Graduate Sigma 135s piling in towards the right-hander at Ritchie's for the first time. Are they going to get through safely? Keep everything crossed. There's going out on the outside. One or two cars running a little wide over the curves, but so far so good, he says quite tentatively. Under brakes there, holding on goes Elwood, holds the lead from this front row of the grid. It was a good jump from Elwood to beat Winrow off the line. And they're all getting through Wilson hairpin. No contact so far. Hold your breath through Palmer's. This is also the pinch point as well. One or two cars going down the outside as well. That is the 30, I think, on the outside line, going slightly sideways. That 30, I think, is possibly, working out who that is, quite far back as someone who's had a good start. Anyway, side by side for the lead. Again, big lock up on the outside there from Winrow. He tried to hold off an outside pass on Elwood, but couldn't quite make that one stick. And it was 28 that was going around the outside. That is Nick Bryant. A little sideways for him as he goes wide, one of the CTS Motorsport cars. And more changes going here because that's 43, which is Jonathan Emery, who started on the second row of the grid, up to second place at the pole man, down to third already.
Indeed, yeah, 2 positions lost then. Initially was looking for the repass there down at Agostini, but shuffled out wide, loses the momentum off the corner, and now loses second place as well. Well, immediately looking for the lead there as they head on to the back straight. Yes, as you're just gesturing to me, Scott, this is going to be Slipstream City, isn't it?
Yeah, this is where the toes are really going to start to play into effect. You'll see these cars bunching up into packs of 2, 3, 4, 5 and more. This is where the car at the back of the toe is going to get a massive slipstream, and they're going to be passing all left, right and centre wherever you look in this pack of Caterham graduates. In towards Brundle Nelson for the first time over the curb. And it is into the lead of the race then. Goes the man started back in fourth for the grid. Jonathan Emery, who leads the way then from Elwood in second. Winrow in third. Rest of the pack goes streaming through in towards the right-hander of the bomb hole. And further back, a few more cars that are battling amongst each other. I think that's 711, which is Stephen Trind, who's met him a couple of places towards the back. And also battling with 174 right behind, which is David Poulter. So lots of battle. We've got the extended roll cage at the top, giving he's one of the taller drivers in the field. I've seen that before. So it doesn't affect aero too much, I don't think. But these are quite blunt front ends on these Caterhams. So they do punch quite a large hole in the air. And as you can see, oh, I've missed this. How long has it been since we've seen proper Caterham racing, or seen Caterham racing full stop permanently on the BRC's countdown? They're 3 wide already, as they're down the outside of either side of Emery, and puts him down to third place. And on the wider outside line, it is Winrow Hill's second place. It's then Elwood, who goes back to the lead, and then Emery tries to go back inside to retake second place under brakes, which he does, or doesn't. He had for a second, but they're all piling up behind. And this is the thing with Caterham racing, as you'll probably know from your time learning in racing them as well, is that you get a pack of Caterhams to be 3 or 4 in the lead. If they start battling amongst each other, the next group comes along, makes it a pack of 6, then a pack of 9, then a pack of 13. And that group keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think the biggest pack I've seen before was Silverstone National a few years ago. I swear about the 36 car field, there was like 28 of them in the lead group altogether. It was like NASCAR. It was absolutely fantastic to watch. And they're doing just here, this lead group is about, what, 10, 15 cars deep already on this second lap of the race. It's brilliant.
Oh, big off in the background and spinning back onto the circuit. That's a huge off. 2, 3 drivers have gone round there. I think we've gotten pretty lucky there with drivers able to avoid collecting them through the middle part of the corner. We saw the big off in the background there. Fantastic cut from the drivers behind the cameramen behind the scenes and our producer and whatnot catching that on the cameras. But yeah, a few of them flying off to the outside of the circuit. Could you quite spot who we lost from that, Scott?
I think it's 45 Gary Fry, 92 Aki Hussein were the 2 spinners. So they managed to get going without too much drama. But they started right at the back of the field. Hussein was 39th. There is Hussein. He's pulled up and not continuing on by the looks of things. And Aki Hussein he's the one that's pulled up, and Gary Fry was 39th. So 38th and 39th have had a spin and dropped down the order. Must have picked up a couple of places up the order to try and get there. Into the lead, of course, has now gone Winrow, from the man from pole position. Back into the lead now, past both Elwood and also holding off Emery. And they come up through Brunton and Nelson again. If Aki Hussein's car isn't able to move anymore and they've got it stuck, they might well have to throw the safety car. And I'm looking down the end of the pit lane to see if the safety car is around. There's no lights on it yet, so they might well either be able to push it out of harm's way, or they will be able to get it into a position where it might be needed. But either way, end of second lap, and they're at it again. They'll do this every single lap now, because you can see Elwood down the toe, goes to the inside line, and will make the pass in towards Ritchie's, holds the inside, and 3 goes. And those super clipping or battery saving inside. Did I say that out loud? Anyway,
yellow flags.
Oh, and they're 3 wide down towards the hairpin, and it's yellow flag. Got to be careful. They've all sat back once again. That was Hapgood sitting back in 4th position in the blue car with the yellow nose and yellow roll cage. The yellow flags, I think, are also on the approach towards Palmer, because we do also have, of course, Aki Hussein's car does still appear to be either being pushed to a safer spot, but no, it's still sideways on the inside of the corner. And do not put any bets on anyone winning the race until pretty much as they come out the final corner. And even then, all bets might be off, because it might still change by the time we get to the flag. Safety car lights are off. The Jaguar safety car has been a custodian of the BRCC, or owned by the BRCC since 2021. Comes pulls into the pit lane, and the JMRG Catering Graduates Sigma 135 category all set to go. It's a late restart, because Jamie Elwood has not let go just yet. Now he's pulled the pin. He's gone now as to get the green flag. 4 minutes on the clock exactly as they go through, and straight away on the restart, not hanging around at all, is Jamie Winrow down to the outside. But also look at Jonathan Emery. He's sweeping around left to right, trying to go one toe from the inside, then back to the other, looking to the outside line of Elgood, who actually didn't quite get that restart quite well. And now he's finding himself behind Winrow, and now also under threat from Emery down the outside into the hairpin. Under brakes, but Winrow's held on to it. Elwood, in fact, has held on to it. Winrow's the one that leads. 5th position now is Steve Merritt in the black car with the orange in 5th position. And in there too, you can see there is car 10, which is kind of purple. I thought it was blue. It's purple. Purple and yellow car, which is of James Hapgood, who started in 3rd position, back down to 4th. You can see here, trying to break the toe back to the racing line. He's moved once, so he can't move again. Middle of the road, under brakes. It's still Winrow from Elwood. I made that mistake several times. This huge gag of the cars mid-pack. As we said, plenty of cars to race with. In there is the likes of 148 and 42. So 148 is James Newman, and it's 3 abreast, 3 wide now done towards Oggies. As we see, that is Elwood going around the outside of Winrow at Hamilton's to get the inside line for Oggies. Emery still stays in 3rd position. I told you it was going to kick off, and it just about has.
Unbelievable move there around the outside from James Elwood. Aggressive. There was wheel banging there through the corner. We were saying earlier, these drivers have to be cautious with each other, because of course they've got those exposed front wheels, and with only 2.5 minutes left to go on the clock, this is going to be close here for how long we've got left in this race. But we're still diving from left to right here on the back straight, trying to break the toe. A couple of drivers diving right to the inside line. Surely they're going to get closed off at the apex there. I think there was a bit of rubbing between them, but they've just about sorted themselves out. But again, dropping from 1st to 3rd there is James Elwood. So again, what that chest we were talking about is coming into play, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, Steve Merritt played his cards right there, because James Hapgood tried to get past James Elwood, didn't make it work, and actually dropped back and lost the position. So now it's going to be between, at the moment, Winrow and Emery for the lead, going on to the final lap of the race, because they will have one more time around the 300 circuit. But lap times at their racing speeds were 2:12s, 2:13s. In fact, Waitman in car number 96, that being Luke Waitman, who started back in P6. He's now down in the order in about 9th position, has the fastest lap of the race. No, it's now in 11th place. Across the line they go. Emery is shown as the leader and does take the lead down towards Ritchie's corner. Up towards the right-hander they'll go. Into 3rd place is now also gone Steve Merritt. He's got past Jamie Elwood in that sequence on the run towards Ritchie's corner. Elwood tries to come back at him in the white caterer in 3rd position. Behind him there is Hapgood, Groom and Rook for 5th, 6th and 7th. Under brakes and still holding on pretty tightly. Now, if Steve Merritt tries to put himself in contention here, he could still win this race realistically, because he's not that far away from the top 2. And like we said before, if they start battling, he'll come back into play. The only thing is, if those two get into a tow together, as I've seen before in catering racing, they can start to pull away on this last lap. So Merritt's going to try and get some pace here and hope the top 2 are more busy scrobbling amongst each other than try to get away and try and have their own private battle. And I think it looks like it's more the former rather than the latter, as there's a huge dive up the inside from somebody, one of the red caterers further back. It might have been Gruber or Rook, one of the two. but battles everywhere you look on this final lap of the race, Ratters, and again, still no clue at all as to who's the safe bet for the victory.
No, indeed. We continue to follow nose to tail then through the middle section.
The time screen says safety car.
Oh.
But it's still green.
We're still green on our screens, aren't we?
It might be a glitch on my timing screen.
We'll continue to press on through this final lap at the moment then. Still Jonathan Emery leading us through the right-hander. He's carried some lovely speed there out of Williams and down the Bentley Straight. And here it is then, Slipstream City down the Bentley Straight. Who's going to make the most of it? Drivers chopping left and right, looking to break the toe. Can Emery hold on to it here? Down into the left of Brundle. We go for the final time. We're 3-1 for the lead. It all closes up. And big lock up there from Emery. He's held the car, but he loses the lead.
He does lose the lead. That's now going to be Winrow back to the front. So Winrow from Emery, from Merritt, and then from Elwood. That's the top four. Hapgood leads the next group in 5th position, but it could all change on the approach to the checkered flag through the bomb hole for the final time. The top four are going to be nose to tail, and also Hapgood's not getting too far away either in P5. In towards Coram and in towards Murray's for the final time. It's Winrow who leads it, but he might not stay there on the run towards the flag. Out of Murray's. Now place your bets. Who gets it? Is Winrow got enough? Is Emery going to beat him? Is it going to be Merritt or possibly Elwood down the run? They're sweeping from side to side, but it looks though I think possibly Winrow might have it. Emery closes in. It's going to be close side by side as it was expected to be, and Winrow gets across the line and does in fact take the victory at the end. And actually, Waitman takes the new fast lap of the race on the final lap of the race, 2:11.551. And the timing screen, if it resets on my screen here, will tell me exactly what the margin was at the end. And it was 57 one-thousandths of a second. I'll give you a prediction. They'll all be like that today because that'll be exactly how close it was. And in typical catering fashion, it was a photo finish. 0.057 at the flag. That is catering racing pretty much in a nutshell. And Winrow did play his cards right. He led at the end onto the final lap of the race, onto the final corner. But he had enough of a gap to just about hold off Emery on that run to the line. Despite the toe, he beats into the flag and takes the first Sigma 135 victory of 2026.
Yeah, yet again, an absolutely classic race this time in the Caterhams there. Their first race of the season here at the Airtech Motorsports Snetterton season opener. Fantastic to have the Caterhams back in the BRSCC fold, and if they treat us to racing like that, then they're more than welcome to come back at every single race weekend. Well, the 135s, we won't be seeing them again today. They will be back out tomorrow, but we have got their slightly bigger brothers and sisters out later on this afternoon. The 150s will be in a few races' time.
Indeed. There's the results then. Jamie Winrow for the first race under the BRCC banner as a BRCC championship for catering graduates, the Sigma 135s. Jamie Winrow wins by 57 one-thousandths of a second. John Emery in second, then Steve Merritt in third, James Elwood fourth, James Hapgood rounding out the top five. Top five covered by 1.1 seconds. Again, they're all like that. Then it's Richard Groom sixth from Rook, Waitman, Giles Hansen and Waitman in P10. Then it's Morris, Bryant, Newman, Morris and Martin in the top 15. Then it's Neville Sykes, Neil Warnock, Ben Snape, Michael Munns and Anthony Nichols in the top 20. From Decent, James Soden and Pollen in the top 24. And then from further down on that one, we'll see the rest of the field going through from 25th onwards, which is Crossman, Turner, McCall, Jeeves, Bell, Bergbam, Gunter, Griffith, Trinder, Hapgood and Bateman in the top 35. Michael Koo started at the back of the grid after he was excluded from qualifying, finishes 36th. And then Wood, Fry and Starzer in 39th. We lost Gunter to the pits in car 95. We also lost Hussein and Poulter from our 42 car field. So an excellent result for the man who takes P1 in the first race of the season, and that is of course Jamie Winrow, and he's chatting to Rob Lewis as our top three for our Sigma 135s in the first BRSCC Catering Graduates race of 2026.
Three very happy drivers, and as soon as they came in, immediately chatting about how close that race were. Your top three separated by about 300ths of a second. It was very impressive. Jamie Winrow, come on overhead. Let's get you in front of the BRSCC signage there, show off the club and all that. That was Caterham racing in a nutshell.
Oh yeah, those last two laps were really, really close. The safety car meant we lost kind of probably about half the race time, so I knew it was going to be a really tight fight at the end. I think I was second after the safety car, so I knew I was in a reasonable position. But then, yeah, going under the bridge, we were about three wide, and I heard a big lock up behind me. I was just waiting for the impact, but no, we all stayed clean. Really close racing, great race.
It's good to see the camaraderie, actually. As soon as you three came in, immediately you were chatting about how great it was, the racing. It's such a tight-knit paddock.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it's all about. You know, the grid, I think we've got 42 on the grid, which is phenomenal. And everyone's so close and really gets on well, you know, kind of sharing information and being really open about it, and it's a brilliant club to race for.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on a superb win. Let's get our second place in. So you look as exhausted as everyone else. That looked a great battle out there.
It's hard work. I was melting out there, but I do fair play. It's the first time I've been with the grads, and it was really clean racing. I didn't know what to expect. First time racing the 270R as well, so proper chuffed to be up there with some legends of the grads. So happy days.
What is it about this circuit that really lends itself to this racing?
I think, obviously, you've got the two main straights of the drag, and you outbreak each other into hairpins. Snetterton's got everything. It's a great test circuit, and it's always great for racing. And yeah, my record continues here, so I really enjoy it. That's another one, so I'm well chuffed.
More racing to come later this weekend. Hopefully the smile stays for now. Fantastic second place there. Congratulations to our second place man. And let's get our third place man in there, Steve Merritt. Well, it's a pair of jubilant drivers there, first and second. Absolutely. Can't be bad for yourself.
No, I was very happy with that. Yesterday testing, and I thought we were bang on the pace, and then the qualifying time this morning was super quick. These boys are rapid, and so we always knew we were going to have a bit of a handful with it. So I'm really pleased with that result. That's excellent. And
obviously straight away you all came in, helmets off. We're talking about just how good this close. You all get on.
Yeah, we have the club is. So I've been racing with the graduates now. This will be my second year, and everyone gets on really well. It's a fantastic atmosphere. We fight hard on track, but we're great friends outside the cars. So we thoroughly enjoy every minute of it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on a superb overall podium position. That is our top three for one of our first catering races of the day, the Sigma 135.